as learned pundits hog each TV screen. Experts of nothing.
Alright, so I'm going to show you, thank you. I'm going to show you the video now. For those of you who want to join me on YouTube, you can do so now. I'm live on YouTube. Also, I'm live on Facebook. Take a look at this video and you tell me if you are aware of this law, or what are your thoughts about this story. What are your thoughts about this story?
According to police reports, at about 4:30 p.m. on Tuesday, WPC Jacob was on patrol in the vicinity of City Gate in Port of Spain when she and other officers made their way to Bay 4. There, they observed a man walking down the stairs with a black pouch, which he was allegedly holding in a strange manner after observing the officers. WPC Jacob then attempted to search the suspect and informed him of his legal rights, but the man allegedly resisted. During the process, he allegedly took possession of the complainant's left hand and began wringing it profusely. The WPC felt that she needed some assistance and observed the maxi-taxi driver standing nearby. She asked for said assistance in subduing the suspect, but police say Jill said no in a strong tone of voice and walked away. The WPC said she continued to call out to the maxi-taxi driver, saying in a loud tone of voice herself, "Sir, sir, I am asking for your help." But Jilks ignored her. The WPC was eventually assisted by another team of officers who aided in subduing the suspect and detaining him. The following day, WPC Jacob and a team of officers returned to City Gate where they arrested Jilks. A fellow maxi-taxi driver relates the sequence of events.
The reason he got locked up today is because yesterday, 2 policewomen were having trouble to arrest someone in City Gate, asked for his help, and he said no, he not getting in that. And I could understand why, because the amount of crime it have in this country, driving maxi, we don't want to involve yourself in police business.
Under the law, it is an offense not to help the police in apprehending a suspect if one is asked and cannot provide a reasonable excuse. Alexander Bruswald, TV6 News.
What are your thoughts about this? What are your thoughts about this situation here? What are your thoughts? I never knew that law existed. I'm being honest. Never ever knew that law existed. And when you listen to the narrative of the story, you know, the officer was asking for his assistance. No, you know, when I heard it, what came to my mind was about, well, and I had to dismiss it from my mind immediately because I thought about citizen's arrest. But this is not even a citizen arrest. This is an officer asking for, and I never knew this existed. Did you know that this exists? That's my question this afternoon. And what are your thoughts about this law? Do you think that this law should be reviewed, or what? I don't even know how to phrase the question, because first of all, I think this is the first time. I don't know, and that's what I'm saying. I think, because based on my research, I've looked through Google and find and see if there's anybody who has ever been arrested on those charges. Right? Listen to the charges again. Listen to what happened. I'm going to play it one more time, then I'm going to open up the phone lines and allow you to tell me what are your thoughts about this story. Right? So I'm going to play it one more time, and I'm going to ask you to tell me what are your thoughts about this story. Please listen to it and you tell me what are your thoughts about this story.
Jacob was on patrol in the vicinity of City Gate in Port of Spain when she and other officers made their way to Bay 4. There, they observed a man walking down the stairs with a black pouch, which he was allegedly holding in a strange manner after observing the officers. WPC Jacob then attempted to search the suspect and informed him of his legal rights, but the man allegedly resisted. During the process, he allegedly took possession of the complainant's left hand and began wringing it profusely. The WPC felt that she needed some assistance and observed the maxi-taxi driver standing nearby. She asked for said assistance in subduing the suspect, but...
So here my first question. Why didn't she call for backup? So I'm just giving you my analysis of this situation. Why didn't she call for assistance? That's one. Okay. Clearly she knew, about this law. But let's go on.
Police say Jilk said no in a strong tone of voice and walked away, ringing it profusely. The WPC felt that she needed some assistance and observed the maxi taxi driver standing nearby. She asked for said assistance in subduing the suspect, but police say Jilk said no in a strong tone of voice and walked away. The WPC said she continued to call out to the maxi taxi driver, saying in a loud tone of voice herself, "Sir, sir, I am asking for your help." But Jilks ignored her. The WPC was eventually assisted by another team of officers who aided in subduing the suspect and detaining him.
Okay. But how the other... Okay, I might be asking a foolish question. But, okay, she would have gotten assistance. She would have later on gotten assistance. Why did you have to pursue the driver?
The following day, WPC Jacob and a team of officers returned to Citygate where they arrested Jilks. A fellow maxi taxi driver relates the sequence of events.
So, the police officer trying to detain somebody wasn't successful, or she felt as though she needed help to detain the gentleman. She asked the maxi driver said to her, no. She then got help eventually from her colleagues. But yesterday come back to arrest the maxi driver, but you don't get the suspect already. I could understand if you didn't get the suspect and you made it, you come across as though, well, here what? The reason why I didn't get the suspect is because I didn't get any assistance on the maxi driver, and the maxi driver would have, But you got assistance. You were able to apprehend the man. Why you come after the maxi driver after the fact? I don't understand. This story missing parts for me. I don't know. You all could tell me when I open up the phone lines.
In Port of Spain, when she and other officers made their way to Bay 4. There, they observed a man walking down the stairs with a black pouch, which he was allegedly holding in a strange manner.
Oh, you see how we good to listen things over and over and over again? So it wasn't like she alone was there, Is that other officers with her? Why didn't she call out to her other colleagues? But as I said before, eventually she did get her colleagues to come and they arrested the guy. Why did you then now go after the maxi driver? That is my question. But listen to this. Listen.
Was on patrol in the vicinity of Citygate in Port of Spain when she and other officers made their way to Bay 4.
So she and other officers, it wasn't she alone, was she and other officers. Right? Go ahead.
There, they observed a man walking down the stairs with a black pouch, which he was allegedly holding in a strange manner after observing the officers. WPC Jacob then attempted to search the suspect and informed him of his legal rights, but the man allegedly resisted. During the process, he allegedly took possession of the complainant's left hand and began wringing it profusely. The WPC felt that she needed some assistance and observed the maxi taxi driver standing nearby. She asked for said assistance in subduing the suspect.
Where was her colleagues? Because she wasn't alone. She wasn't alone. But let's go on. So she asked the maxi man.
But police say Jilk said no in a strong tone of voice and walked away. The WPC said she continued to call out to the maxi taxi driver, saying in a loud tone of voice herself, "Sir, sir, I am asking for your help." But Jilks ignored her. The WPC was eventually assisted by another team of officers who aided in subduing the suspect and detaining him. The following day, WPC Jacob and a team of officers returned to Citygate where they arrested Jilks. A fellow maxi taxi driver relates the sequence of events.
The reason he got locked up today is because yesterday, 2 policewomen were having trouble to arrest someone in Citygate, asked for his help, and he said no, he not getting in that. And I could understand why, because the amount of crime it have in this country, driving maxi, we don't want to involve yourself in police business.
Under the law, it is an offence not to help the police in apprehending a suspect if one is asked and cannot provide a reasonable excuse. Alexander Bruswald, TV6 News.
What is your view? What is your view? 342-0081-466-5391. What is your view? Tell me, what is your view? I have my view, you know, but I want to hear your view. Hello, good afternoon, caller. Hello, hi, good afternoon.
Yes. You see, from when that law was made, it didn't have this extent of crime and people afraid to help somebody or thing. So now, in all the view that the maxi taxi driver protecting himself, because remember, he on the road every day. When this man get bail, he going to feel this is the man who locked me up. He didn't know the man was had to do it because of the law and everything. And according to you, after they apprehend the man and everything, the next day was just a piece of wickedness and abuse of power. Why they come and hold the man? Because if the man did get away and think, I would have blamed the driver for
right.
And
yes.
not assisting me, but the thing that you
got the man.
All right. The first thing, if you walk in with your colleague too, and you see this man suspicious, you will alert your colleagues, this man looking suspicious. So them will be there to assist you as a woman. You will approach a man, but he to start to rough you up, to call a maxi man, to put him in trouble.
Thank you very much, caller.
Yes.
You're welcome. Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Pascal.
Tell me, what is your view? First of all, were you aware that there was a law like that?
No.
Okay, then.
But
you know they say ignorance of the law is no excuse.
Exactly. So let me put out something to you. Seeing that incident happened, brought my attention. 2019, that law was brought before the Parliament and, how to put it, was redone, where the charges was increased to $10,000.
Serious?
Yes. So therefore, for the government to have that done in 2019, that tells us that they had a mission or there was a reason for bringing back that law in 2019 and have it redone. Right? Amended and some clause added, and one of the clause added was to increase that charge that she charged that man was to increase the fine to $10,000.
But let me ask you this. A good lawyer, right? A good lawyer would ask the question or would say, for me, okay, I could understand you charging my client if you did not apprehend the man.
Yeah, what's going on there now? First thing, if you listen to the man, he was saying was 2 female officers.
Right.
Apparently, if you listen to the news, they say a party of officers.
Yes.
They didn't say whether the party of officers was male or female.
Right.
Let's assume what the maximum saying. 2 female officers walking to Maxi Hub. One went on the left, one went on the right. The one on the right saw this man coming down with his bag that seems to look suspicious. So he coming down the steps. So if you know how that works, he down on the platform with the passengers boarded the Maxi, and apparently this individual coming down with the bag. And if you have nothing to hide with the bag, Pastor, and the officer asks you to open the bag, you open the bag. But one of my views of this is because it's a female, the gentleman decides to oppose her, seeing that it's a female. Because if it was a male, he would not respond. He'd open the bag. But seeing that it's a female, he decides to exercise his male authority. So she in turn held on to him. And he was resistant, so she called for the gentleman who driving the maxi to assist her. So here his argument is when he reached the court, depends on the character of the man. If the man had a firearm, when they reach the court, then it is court duty, because you become a witness, a state witness. It is the court duty then to provide you with whatever services and security is required. But you know the question? The media ain't telling me whether or not the man was charged, and if he was charged, and what he was charged for. You understand the point? Not the maximum, the man that she was apprehended. Was he charged? What was he charged for if he was charged? Enjoy your evening, Pastor.
All right. So I'm taking your calls, 342-0081-466-5391. Tell me, what is your view on this situation with this maxi driver? Do you think that it was warranted, even though they would have apprehended the guy. Hello, good afternoon. Hello, good afternoon.
Hello, good afternoon, Pastor Google. Hello?
Yes, good afternoon.
I want to weigh in on this editorial that you raised there. Now, I'm aware of the law, but what I'm looking at here, with the amount of crime in the country, I am saying if that man had assisted the police and the police they took down the man, what will happen to the maxi driver after? You remember Citygate is his place of work. And what we're looking at here, I think the police there and then should have used the discretion to understand with the level of crime. And this man has to ply his trade right there. That is my only concern. So, I am not saying do not assist the police, but in a case like that, when the police is not there, what will happen to this gentleman? Okay. And that is my 2 cents on that matter.
So then he has he can build on that case of here what this is I am a public servant yes. In the sense that I am in the public domain every day right here, and I think that my life would be at risk if I had assisted the officers in this situation.
And this is the point that I am making. And I am saying sometimes, Pastor Google, I think the police officers, they need to weigh out the situation. And you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, I understand.
Let's understand what's happening. And you talking, Pastor Google, this is Citygate. You remember where these maxis is anywhere they can be attacked. So I am saying it was poor judgment on the police officers to charge that man. That's my opinion. I thank you.
Thank you very much. Hello, good afternoon, caller.
Good afternoon, my dear.
Hey, what's happening, mother? How are you cheating your son so?
Listen, I try my poor fingers to call in just
I don't like how you cheat me, man.
No, I tried to get in with that was it Wall Street? They're telling me a pack of nonsense. I really tried to get in there because, I mean, I'm such a fraud.
Tell
Why
me.
he don't go and Google Wall Street? Up to yesterday, a gentleman take him to task with that name. He going around there so proudly. What is the meaning of that name, Wall Street? Why he don't Google that and say, I don't know. Right? He could Google, he have a finger, he could press a button, he have better the brightener. Look, anyway.
But tell me, what do you think about this situation with this maxi driver?
Yes, this is what we're dealing with. You know, when I'm at home here and I'm hearing, if you see something, say something. Believe you me, half the time I just laugh. If you see something, say something.
Yes.
Pastor Google, the drug places around where, as far as I know, from way back when, are the same drug places that we have today. And you see police vehicles passing around up and down and so on, you know. But, I mean, he could have been called after and given a good stern warning and so that this is the law.
But you know, Mom, we talking here, and you know, in nowhere in the conversation you heard where he was obscene to the police officer, where he used obscene language, or where he tell the officer, look, I don't get business, leave me out of that. All he said to her was no.
All right, because common sense prevailed there, and we don't have the type of men like we used to have when those laws were made.
Right. Okay.
Back in those days, you didn't even need the law. A man see a woman struggling with he rushing in and defend that woman. That's how it was. There's no two ways about it, you know.
So what do you think? You think they should amend the law?
Well, I would say it would have to do some work on it.
Yeah. Or bring the population more.
Don't have that quality of brave men against.
Mom, we're trying to say. Mom. Mom, we're trying to say. Mom, chauffeur. We used to call them long time.
Huh?
We used to call them long time chauffeur. What do you call them?
Chivalry?
Chivalry.
Chivalry is dead as a doornail, I can tell you that. Because there was an incident, I think, on Charlotte Street, where a man was beating a policewoman to a frat.
Oh, on Frederick Street.
I can't remember.
Oh, that's the traffic warden.
You understand? So we have to look out for our women.
Yes.
The police officer, and she needed a little help.
Yeah.
But it's not everybody would want to
assist.
You know.
Thank you very much for your call. I'm looking out for your call again.
Yes, definitely.
All right, mother.
Take care.
All right. Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Pastor.
Hi, what's going on, Tolman?
You surprised me a lot today.
Why is it?
I just lie on my couch yesterday and wake up and scrolling and see you on. I didn't know you was on now. I don't lock off 919. I didn't listen to nothing after you. Anyhow, I thought from 2 o'clock. But Pastor Google, I find that the other amendment now, because I've been over half a century. I didn't know nothing more than law. And I think when they create that old colonial law, it didn't have AR-15 existed. And people wasn't fair at the life, and the crime situation wasn't like this. Right? So the police using this question should take all that into consideration in regard. They had to understand that people, citizens like myself, who I am to defend myself, is very fearful of what could be when them leave and go back to the police station, then them are in a hot mess. Because I defend myself and my family and trust my will. Right? And then they may have other things to consider. They have to come back to investigate other things because they put me in a situation or in a place where I defend myself and my family. So they are to consider the people out here who don't have no protection. And I never knew about the law, Pastor. I never knew about the law. I don't know the law. I think they say if the police come in their car, your vehicle center have the license and do that, or before you get them your vehicle, I don't know about something like that. You just say, right? I don't know that. But they have to be considered.
All right.
And to come back. Why would a police woman...
Load on your radio, Tolman, again. I have really bad feedback.
All right. Why would a police woman go on her own to deal with that situation where she doesn't know back then call on somebody else? But we see that another policeman a little while after came to our distance. No one right? No
yeah, man. Thank you.
Yeah.
Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Pastor Guga.
Tell me, what are your thoughts?
My thought is the clip you play, right? It's missing something, right?
What's missing? Tell me what you think is missing quickly.
How the other people come and help her.
Well,
right?
Remember...
Obviously, there wasn't there. It was 2 of them, right? And I heard a newscast where saying the man was ringing up the woman hand.
Yes, this newscast says that too.
Right, okay. And she asked for the help, but the other people, how did she get them to come? How, they wasn't on spot, else she would have just let them help her. So somehow they came to her assistance.
Yeah.
But the law was amended right in 2019. I hear the Maxi driver saying it's an outdated law. How it got amended right there and they get outdated?
I think we need to get a little more legal advice on this.
Yes, you see the thing amend because something happened,
Yeah.
To raise that thing.
But I would have done a little research. But I would have done a little...
Or, it's 10,000 and 3 years.
2 years, yeah. But right? I would have done a little research to find out how much persons really would have been arrested or charged under that law. And I can't find any,
Right. And the driver now, you see the DPP had to carry through the charge, right? And the magistrate or whoever, they put it off till, right?
Yeah.
3 months, right?
Yeah.
And they give him bail. In custody of his wife, he ain't pay no money, you know.
Yeah.
He don't win the case, you know, because the part where everything we're missing, reasonable cause.
Yeah.
If you have reasonable cause.
And I think the reasonable cause is what Mr. Tabakit.
He's a target, you know.
Yeah, what Tabakit and I would have discussed. The reasonable cause is that he's a public entity. He's out there.
Yeah, he in front line.
Yeah, he's a front line person.
When he explain that, he'll go off. But you must make the charge, and he will be a precedent. If they didn't charge him, nobody ain't gonna help the police in whatever situation they're in. So you have to show them, well, that is the law. I can't understand them maximum say, you know, it's outdated. Well, crazy, right? So hanging is from when? 18 something is when hanging from, you know. That outdated?
All right, thank you very much.
Yeah, thanks. Yeah.
Hello, good afternoon.
Master Google, good afternoon to you, sir.
Good afternoon, sir.
Interesting topic. And I think
well, listen before you say anything. Before I leave, I have a conspiracy I'm gonna play. You have to come on the live to see it. With Donald Trump. You have to come on the live and see this one.
I will check it out.
Yeah.
But I think in reasonable, I mean, this guy is really a frontline. I mean, he's bread and butter, you know. And I mean, in fairness to the officer, I don't think any officer will have a situation under control and not probably reach out for public assistance. And I mean, sometimes it's either watch the glass half full too. I mean, suppose they was really onto something, and suppose this man was going to rob that same said Maxi.
Okay. You see, and you bring in a different perspective on it, and appreciate that.
So suppose this, I mean, just allegedly suppose that this guy was on his way to rob that same said Maxi. To share somebody 25 feet that near being a Maxi. So, you know, we have to look at it from all over. But what I think needs to be done is that in situations like that, I mean, it doesn't have time to, well, I don't want to say, remember, these things happen in the mix of time.
Yeah.
You know? I mean, the officer may not have had the reason to say, well, listen, according to that law, I tell you, Pastor, I never knew that existed.
I never knew myself. But again, we grew up knowing that not knowing the law is no excuse, eh?
True. You know, so I think the law remains the law. I mean, if there's something we want to amend or take off the books or something else, and I mean, if he did break the law, I mean, I think that legal channels where he could explore to, you know, get his justification for not choosing to adhere. I mean, I totally understand why, given the fact that, you know, the year 2024 we live in, and they are a little shaky right now. But the flip side to that is I don't think no officer have a situation under control. You can sit down and say a meal patrol should have be there. You can sit down and find all kind of scenarios.
Yeah.
I don't believe that they would have reached out, not knowing that they had the situation under control. So maybe it was necessary, and I'm looking to see how this will play out in the public domain.
All right, man. Thank you very much. Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Pastor Google. Tobago in your house again.
Hey, Tobago.
Yes, Pastor Google. Well, I didn't know how much law this apprehending and thing is, right? But I witnessed for myself twice in Tobago, right? Police would have locked up someone, and a taxi was on the stand, and the police opened the taxi driver door and asked them to take them to the station. And another time a civilian vehicle, it's an ordinary civilian, and they flagged them down and asked them to take them to the station. But in light of what would have taken place in Citygate, Pastor Google, based on how the society has become, the driver have had a reason to, you know, renege. But they're supposed to let people know that it's a charge. It is against, you know, you're supposed to, because it come like if, in my opinion, they will have it looking like the person is upholding what was done. The maxi taxi driver was upholding what was done, but they did not know that is, you know, the right thing, right? So they need to make it law and let people know exactly what is what, because they're coming back for the taxi driver the other day. You don't know, society has changed so much, so we have to be on the lookout before you could never tell if you might do something and then the man send somebody, you know, to write for them after and that kind of thing. So they need to you know, put some spokes upon it and let people know exactly what is what.
All right. Thank you very much, Tobago.
Thank you, Pastor.
All right. So here what? I have a video I want to show you guys, but I need you all to come on the live to see this video. There is this, you know, Americans has really come up with some conspiracy theories. So there's this video making its wrongs around social media about Donald Trump and the incident that that happened. I want you to come on the live and look at this. Take a look at this video. You have to come on the live to see it, because it's going to open your eyes to something that, you know, you will be wondering. So I want to take you to this video and listen to the video, watch the video, tell me what are your thoughts.
Now notice that Donald J. Trump showed up at the RNC convention tonight with a bandage on the left ear. Not the ear he was supposedly shot in, but the left ear. Now watch this. That is a still picture from right after the shooting. Watch this, taken earlier tonight, as he spoke to his newly named vice president candidate, J.D. Vance. Now let's go with a little bit closer of a look. And remember, just a few days ago, he was supposedly hit by a bullet from an AR-15, which should theoretically have taken his ear clear off. But look carefully, not even a scratch. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I worked in movies and TV. I've been on ER. I've had all the makeup you can get from all the fake injuries you can get. So I'm going to do this one more time for the cheap seats. What do y'all think? You know, I'm not a conspiracy theory guy, but I've had enough injuries and I've seen enough fake injuries to know there was nothing that hit that ear that would have healed perfectly in 2 days. A cat scratch takes weeks to get. Now notice that Donald J. Trump showed up at the RNC convention tonight with a bandage on the left ear. Not the ear he was supposedly shot in, but the left ear. Now watch this. That is a still picture from right after the shooting. Watch this, taken earlier tonight, as he spoke to his newly named vice president candidate, J.D. Vance. Now let's go with a little bit closer of a look. And remember, just a few days ago, he was supposedly hit by a bullet from an AR-15, which should theoretically have taken his ear clear off. But look carefully, not even a scratch.
I want to take your calls. I want to hear your views. I don't even know what to think. Somebody asking on Facebook, where did the blood come from? Where did the blood, so I take your calls, 342-0081, 466-5391. What are your thoughts? So we're talking about the officer, the Maximan who was arrested, and we're talking about the video I just showed you there. We just have a few more minutes left in the program, and I am sitting in for Mr. Daily Voice today, just for today only. All right? You're going to hear from him next week, please God. Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Pastor Google.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Pastor. Well, you kind of switch the topic a little bit.
No, well, you can talk about it too. You can let me know what your view.
Donald Trump, Donald Trump with the theatrics I saw there left so many questions to be answered. One of the more important things that
this is like Mr. Aruka. So.
IG brother.
Who is this boy?
Right, we have the same voice. A shot like that should have done much more damage. But you know, it is what it is. It probably is. He's so fortunate that it did very little damage. And what is more important, that not even the air is not even swollen. For so much blood, it's not even a swollen side of his face. Very, very interesting shot. But we're talking about the maxi taxi driver and the asking for help from the police officer and him refusing. He have a case because we are not privy to all the facts.
Right.
We don't know for sure what exactly happened, how it happened.
Yeah.
How it happened. So we can only speculate that what we are hearing in the report is how it actually happened.
Yeah.
But one of the more important things that's why I call, is this is a very interesting case, because immediately when a police officer asks you for help, you are immediately deputized. What does that mean? You take on the powers of a police officer at that point in time, powers of arrest, power to subdue. You are protected under the Police Service Act while you're executing that assistance. What is the question here is that let us assume that after you have done that, or during the process of doing that, you are injured. How does the law treat with that injury? Let us say you are killed. If you are entitled to the $1 million that the police officer will get while you're being killed, not died, you know. We ain't talking about if you died from a heart attack, you know. We're talking about if you are killed by the person that you are trying to arrest. If you would get the $1 million, seeing that you are deputized and protected under law as a police officer at that point in time. Let us assume you kill somebody while you are assisting the police in arresting them. What does the law have to say with that? If you are still protected, are you covered by insurance? And these are the salient points that we really need to get to. I think it's a very, 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 very interesting case, and I think the court would have something to say. I would like to see the guy go to court and his lawyer put these questions to the court as to how is he protected, so that persons in the future will understand what they where the parameters lie. What is your protection? Because you can't tell me I am going to put out myself out there and then I run the risk of being charged for murder, or if I'm injured in the process, how am I going to be compensated? Because as far as I know, I was on my merry way going about the business when this police deputized me. So too is if you ask somebody, the police commandeer your car to take a person that is arrested to the station, you are deputized. We would love to hear what the law has to say about that. And that's all. And also, we were talking about Nelson. I think we were talking about Nelson being his conviction, not conviction, is the court strike down his challenge to in the matter of Nelson Gate. It's very interesting also that Mr. Nelson only relied on the argument that Faris Alwari gave him immunity against prosecution. I think we're in a dangerous place here, because when a high court judge can not profoundly clear up that matter, well, we don't know if he did not, because again we're reading from the paper that Nelson's argument alone was that Faris Alwari gave him immunity, so the DPP could not charge him because he's immune to prosecution because Faris Alwari gave him immunity. I think it's a play on judicial semantics. It is simply that Faris can't give nobody no immunity in criminal matter. He can only give immunity in civil matters. I thought that was important for the judge to make clear that it doesn't matter what Faris says.
Thank you.
DPP prosecuting criminal matters. Thank you for that opportunity, Pastor.
Hello, good afternoon.
Pastor Google, good afternoon. It's unfortunate that the police, the maxi taxi driver was charged. For one, you know, we have know that when the police is doing their work, if you obstruct the police, you can be charged. And I think that could run to your head and say, me, I suppose so. Next thing you know, if he had gone in to assist and that boy spit or bite him or something, he might have get himself in trouble to hit him a cuff. He might have hit him on the face, the head, or somewhere and throw him on the ground. Then you don't know what might have happened. So we all have to say, well, if the law, I think the thing that this thing happened now, I mean...
Yeah, they will have to amend, check and see what they can do to amend it. All right?
Because nobody ever heard about this situation. All we know, do not obstruct the police because he's a citizen and he was abiding by the law. Even though they say, come and help, but you're afraid to go. You're not trained.
All right.
Bye.
Thank you. Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Pastor Girl. If we're going to tell your colleague to stick up in, Pastor Girl.
Hello, good afternoon. Hello. Hello. Hello, good afternoon.
Pastor Gold.
Hi.
I want to do that. I'm not, but I found Mr. Uka is highly intelligent in that he made his brother. Sounds totally like him. And call back in. Pastor Gold, if that conspiracy theory is right, and I'm not doubting anything, America real good. Trust me. They need a round of applause because they convince me.
Wow.
Right?
Yeah.
But you see that video, I see the way you showed it just now.
Yeah.
They're real good. But they're real good. Donald Trump and them, it reminds me of a certain opposition government that we have in the Caribbean here, namely UNC. They will do anything. They will do something like that too. They will do anything to win the elections. They will say anything. You will see things on social media. Boy, they really have AI. Is it AI, boy? Unless they could see and touch, that just like doubting someone with my hand, but you can't believe them at all. There's some just like the UNC, some playbook out of the UNC.
All right. Thank you very much. All right, so the clock is on me. So I want to thank all of you for joining me on Facebook and on YouTube. I saw the Facebook numbers looking good. YouTube numbers. I want to thank all of you for taking the time to be with me today. I can't take no more of your calls. Unfortunately, I cannot take any more calls. All right? But I really enjoyed the discussion. And I look forward to hearing from you all again on Monday, please God. On Monday, at this time, you'll be hearing your normal announcer, Mr. Daily Voice. I will be on from my usual time, 11 to 2. All right? Make sure I'm joining. 11 to 2. So have a good afternoon, everyone. See you guys on Monday. Please God, please take your time on the nation's roads. It is wet. And don't do like me and walk in the rain and feel like you're getting sick now. Please.
The views expressed are not necessarily the views of the management of the Street 919 FM.
You've got bills to pay. And so do we. Let's go pay some bills on the Street 919 FM.